Hi, my name's Don Boyd. I've been a reining horse trainer for 40 years, an NRHA judge for 35 years, and the last 10 years I've been working full-time teaching reining clinics, primarily in Europe. In these clinics, I have come across so many different bits that I did not think were suitable to the horses and the people that were riding. I had many people ask me about bringing bits, what kind of bit they needed. So it led me to decide that I needed to develop my own line of bits. This idea started in late 2015, and we put it in action in 2016. I have the first 4 bits of my Boyd reining collection here with me today, and we're planning on adding 4 more before this year's finished. First bit I'd like to talk about, I named the Sweet Start. This is a wonderful little bit. We've had great reaction. It's primarily to use as a first bit after the snaffle training, but it can also be effectively used on many horses. The unique parts of it are the short shanks. They are about 13 centimeters from ring to ring. The correction connection piece are very rounded and smooth, and with just a normal size correction that allows the tongue to have relief. As your rider takes the bit, the tongue will go up inside of here, and this will work on the bars. As compared to a snaffle bit, when you pull and put pressure on a snaffle bit, it turns and pinches the tongue, and many horses find that uncomfortable. I created this bit because I want a bit that's soft on a young horse, and I also want bits that are very humane to a horse. Anything that's sharp and fast does not make a horse happy. A happy horse will be a good show horse or a good trail horse or whatever your goal is. They're primarily reining horse bits, but they can be effectively used in all disciplines, or just for the weekend rider that wants to have his horse under control and happy. After this bit, the next step we call the Old Steady. Old Steady meaning you'll see this type of correction everywhere. Again, we have the nice rounded connection points, so there's no undue stress on the bars of the mouth when the rider puts pressure on. The unique part of this bit, and the other 3 that I'm going to show you, are the type of shanks that we've put on the mouthpiece. Now, first appearance, when you look at this bit, it looks rather large, but it's a little deceiving because the part that's different is not so much from the mouthpiece to the ring, it's from the mouthpiece to the bridle ring. We've made this extra high. A bit works like a lever, and when the bridle ring is close to the mouthpiece, as the rider pulls, there is much more pressure put on the mouth. By raising this ring, we're also raising the chin strap. So we have pressure on the bars of the mouth here, and the chin strap is way up here. In effect, that slows down the bit and makes less pressure on the horse's mouth. At the same time, the weight of those long shanks encourage the horse to carry its head in a more relaxed and natural position. One part about bits is they must be balanced. When you hold a bit like this by the bridle rings, it should hang straight with the rein rings swept back a little bit, Many bits out of balance, you hold them and they'll tip like this in your hand or like this in your hand, and it's not comfortable for the horse to carry. Then we'll find horses that need a little bit more control. For this type of horse, we've created the More Steady. Has the same mouthpiece design, the same shank design, but the correction is a bit higher than the first bit. We have about 3/4 of an inch taller to give the tongue more room to move and be released from the mouthpiece. Also, this is swept back a little bit. It's not straight. So as it lays in the mouth, the horse doesn't really feel it on the upper palate until there's pressure put on with the reins. The nice part about this, some horses that want to carry their head a little higher than we like, as the horse lifts his head, the bit will turn like this in the mouth. He'll feel this pressure on the palate, and he'll want to lower his neck and relax his head without being pulled on. This bit works really good on horses that are a little rubbery. When I say that, I mean you're moving and they kind of want to carry themselves side to side. They have a little more feel in their mouth. It's a little bit slower and softer because it breaks here and gives the rider more control. Finally, our last bit we call the Fair Square. This bit has a solid mouthpiece, but it's still very humane and soft as it's swept in here, very rounded and soft where it touches the bars of the horse. The port is in a medium height, which allows for a lot of tongue relief. And it's very good for a horse that's stiff and pushy and not real naturally soft on the hand. The rider takes this bit, it's going to make the horse want to round at the pole, but it's also going to want to make the horse keep its body straight and carry itself in a more balanced way. When I decided to create these bits, my first problem was to find a producer that could do quality work for me. And I decided best was to produce these in Germany without having to worry about shipping them from the US or another country. It's best here, so if there's questions, if there's problems, if we want to add new designs, it's very easy and accessible to the German population. I have a good friend, Max Weisner, that's a horse trainer, and he and his partner own a company together, Crown Bits and Spurs. I first found their work when they sold me a pair of spurs. There's high quality spurs, very pretty, the type that will last for 20, 30 years with no problem. I approached these guys with the idea of starting this bit line, and they were extremely excited to do this work for me. All these pieces are machine cut and handcrafted, made of stainless steel, in an effort to create a product of quality that would last for years and years. Thank you for watching. I hope you consider my bits. Good luck with your horses. And remember, when you're pulling and you're using pressure with your hands, as little as possible, but as much as necessary. Thank you.